And we're live.
Bam, we're live.
Everybody. College football playoff week. Let's go.
It's a beautiful shirt that you have on.
It is. JY Barbell. The John Young. If you want to get strong.
Mm-hmm.
We have the do not have the link in the bio, but we should put the link in the bio.
We should. There's a client of mine. He's 58 years old, has never squat snatched in his life. He wanted to get better, obviously just wanted to get stronger. And when we started, he power snatched 95. That was his max. That was the most he's done, is 95 pounds. Okay. And today he squat snatched 125.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. Like beautiful. I was so proud of him. And he was like, I don't know how this is like he's like, it hasn't felt like this good the whole program. And I'm like, magic pill, man. I told you. Like, just as long as you hit the numbers, magic pill. And
that's good.
No,
that's a 30-pound jump. That's
yeah,
big.
dude, and I was so proud of him. And like, he probably has 10 more pounds in the tank. I think he was shocked that we were up that high.
Yeah.
But never squatted below parallel, and like he's I'm excited for him. I think he's going to get even better. I think he's going to be the strongest he's ever been at 60 years old. So,
which is crazy, dude. Like 58 years old. That's, I mean, I don't know obviously the calculation of the percentage, but a 58-year-old male who's never squatted like that, snatching 125. What does he weigh?
He's maybe 175, 180.
That's impressive.
He's tall, but he's skinny. He's really skinny.
Yeah.
He's like I would say 6 foot, 6'1", but like really slender. Yeah,
dude, that's getting close to body weight for how long has he been doing
body
it?
weight's gonna be hard. I don't know if we'll ever get to body weight, but I don't know. Like, he said he Olympic lifted in the past, but like he didn't look like it like at all. When I say the past, I mean like within the last 5 years. Like, he's wanted to get better at Olympic lifting, and like he wants to do weightlifting competitions for the master's classes. And but like whenever he maxed out with me before we did the program, like it was pretty rough.
No, squat snatch in general is impressive, especially at 58 years old. That's a very technical movement. I'm trash at squat snatch. What's up, Kenneth? That actually kind of goes into, I guess, I put the title as in quotes, must be nice. So that kind of, and I'll explain in a second, but that kind of segues into our first topic. Is one thing that it absolutely drives me insane, up the wall and back down, is when people, it doesn't really matter whether it's fitness, whether it's your faith, or your work ethic, what you've accomplished. It doesn't matter what the scenario is, but it really bothers me when people say, "Oh, it must be nice to do that," or "Hey, it must be nice to," and I'm guilty of saying it. I'm not saying I don't ever say it, but without any context, when you just say, "Oh, it must be nice, man," or "It must be nice to be out doing that," or "It must be nice to make that kind of money," or blah, 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 blah. And the reason why I say this is I had a really good buddy of mine last night, as a matter of fact. He didn't mean the way it came across. He didn't mean it like that. But so we were talking about like working out and running and stuff like that.
Do you just mean like self-deprecating, like that really gets on your nerves?
Yes. Like here's kind of the gist of it is, So we were talking about running, working out, whatever, and somehow we got on the topic of one of the guys that was with us. He's a bigger guy. Two of the guys, bigger guys, and none of them really work out. Whatever, no judgment or nothing. But they made the comment about having like big fat legs or something like that. And one of the guys made the comment. He said, "Yeah, not everybody can have good-looking legs like Brock." And I stopped him and I said, "Whoa, yeah, you can. So you just got to work for it." And he was
like here's that. Like I get you. I get annoyed with this too, and I'm like, because you cannot. Everybody's built differently. You cannot compare yourself to other people. I think you can find somebody with a similar body type and compare yourself to that person, but people don't do that.
Right.
They just assume, like, I think, Brock, I think you were born to be a way better runner than I am. That gives me no excuse. And I would never, ever been like, man, must be nice to just have gazelle legs.
Yeah.
No, I'm slow. I need to run a lot more. Like if I want to be faster, I need to run a lot faster at a lot more volume, right? Like that's a part of fitness. That's the beauty of CrossFit, is that it's literally who's the best at everything. Like you can't, and I love that. Like every body type has their own strengths. Who's just the best at it all, right? Like I was genetically born to be pretty strong. My body likes to lift weights, right? Your body likes to run. So when we go do like a high rocks, guess who's freaking better? Like, right? But we go do like a regular CrossFit competition. Who is better? You know what I mean? Like it's not, but that's the beauty of it. And I would never think ever like the reason why I'm not faster is because it's just not in the cards for me. That I would never think that. It might be harder for me to improve something, but it's not anybody's fault but my own. Like, you know what I mean? If and then that's going a little bit deeper into fitness, but like you're talking about regular people. And like I think like just your normal people, not your like fitness freaks, right? And regular people, like you have no idea. Like maybe your quads would never look as ripped as somebody else's quads, but that person, maybe their back muscles will never look like your back muscles. Like everybody's, born to be shaped a certain way, right? Like if you could make yourself 10% body fat, if everybody in the world was 10% body fat, some people would still look more ripped than other people.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
You know what I mean? If you were the same body fat. Like I'm pretty ripped out, and my quads, you can't see them. Like I don't have lines in my legs, like a separation where you could see three different muscles. There's fat over that thumbs up. There's fat over like the where the muscles separate in your quadricep. You know what I'm talking about? Like the three muscles, right? You can see they're thick, and you can see my quad heads like pop out, but they're not ripped up, right? And other people have, and I squat 500 pounds. Like I should have veins coming out of my legs, right?
Yeah.
Right? And I don't. My legs just look like big legs. But it's because I hold fat on my quads, and it's just my body holds fat there. I don't hold fat in my stomach. You know what I mean? I never have. That's why I thought I wasn't fat, because I still had abs in college. And guess what? I was fat. I just didn't hold it in my stomach. I held it in my back. You know what I mean? I was Jigglypuff in my love handles, right? Like in that area. Everybody is like, you're going to hold fat in different areas. You cannot compare yourself in any way to other people. You know what I mean? I'm with nice. Yeah, I went on a soliloquy there.
No, you're good.
Well, I wonder, hey, do you hold fat in your quads? Have you ever had ripped quads, Dad? While you're in the chat, I can't pull this. I can't. You need to let me need to figure out how to.
Dude, I forgot to do that.
You need to figure out how to give me access. Click on his comment.
I forgot to do that.
Yeah, this is just a sincere question because I don't know. Back when you were at like Mac or maybe a little bit after that, did you have ripped up quads or did you always hold fat there? I'm just curious if we have the same body type like that. He used to be really like crazy, like could squat 600 but was only weighed 200. But
gosh almighty.
But this is when he was playing basketball. And he's tall. Have you seen my dad? Have you met my dad? Okay. Yeah, he's like 6'2".
I don't think so.
Okay, I guess he's not going to answer. All right. Yeah, you take his comment.
The dad got caught walking away.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, because it's like, and not even just your mom said you have her quads.
I don't know if she's ever been as strong as my quad. I feel like I built strength similar to him, but okay.
See, and that's like you said about, different body types. Like, I mean, flexing my quad right now, I mean, I'll have really hairy legs, but I mean, mine are pretty defined, pretty ripped, but they're nowhere near as strong as yours. You know what I'm saying?
You cannot see the separation in mine.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're not fat, you're skinny. You know what I mean? Like you used to be fat, but you're skinny.
Yeah.
If you're all who don't know, Brock used to be 300 pounds.
Well, and see, I think that's why I get so aggravated at comments like that. Not even just towards me, towards anybody who's fit. Like I get irritated when people, not only when people make comments like that, but when people throw around the steroids. Like, okay, sure, you can see Joe Blow over here. Yeah, he's probably on steroids. But what you don't see is he also still works out 3 hours a day and he still eats really clean. So yeah, he's on steroids to help with his recovery, and yes, he looks like he's on steroids, but you still have to freaking work. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do anything you want to do if you stop being lazy, quit going to Hardee's and eating freaking sausage biscuits in the morning. Get on an exercise routine, and you might have good looking legs.
Polo's diet. Me and Erica Polo got it figured out. Have you seen her?
I hadn't. No, I hadn't.
She eats exactly.
I got it on my watch later thing.
She eats exactly how I eat.
So you eat like trash, don't you?
She eats cereal and drinks Nesquik every night. That's what she does.
I had to stop eating cereal.
She's so ripped. Like she's more ripped than I am. Like her stomach is. It's pretty funny.
I weighed 250 on TRT and was fat. I got ripped when I spent 2 years of working out every day. Point is, I was fat on steroids. You got to work. That is a fact. But no, so we were, just for y'all in the chat, so we did a competition. When was it? 2 years ago? And it was me, John, Nikita, and a guy named Christian. So we all went to eat the night after the run, and I had never done a competition before, so I'm still trying to kind of eat clean. Like I was afraid to eat too crazy or whatever. And John gets like a large pizza, and then he eats pizza the night before, which is fine. I mean, he knows his body. Well, then after, I think we had 3 workouts that next day on Saturday. Well, in between workout 2 and 3, he was like, "Hey, I'm about to ride to McDonald's. Do you want to go?" And I'm like, "No, of course I do not want to go eat McDonald's. Like I will throw up everywhere."
Hey, I feel like I smoked day 2. Hey, I feel like day 2.
Hey, if that's what works for you. See, I don't know if that would work for me or not because I'm always too scared to try. I'm too scared to eat. Like doing a competition, I'm afraid to eat like crap because I'm afraid it's gonna mess me up or something. When it probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
So if you're in if you're in a competition, you should not. I would not change how you eat in the competition.
Yeah.
Period. Because so Brock, if you ate McDonald's, it probably would mess you up. Like, because you don't eat that, your body would reject it because you don't because you're used to eating cleaner. And then if I would say like, if all of a sudden during competition I just had rice and beans and chicken, that's all I ate. Like my body would be hungry. I would probably be weak.
Yeah,
because it's used to more
that's
carbs.
true.
Or you know
That's
what I mean?
true.
Yes, it's important to eat clean, and I'm not saying, hey, you should eat how I eat. I'm not saying that. My macros are sound. Okay, I drink 3 of these bad boys a day. Okay, and that's 90 grams of protein without even eating anything. So if I eat 200 grams of protein every single day, and then the rest of my stuff is kind of whatever I want it to be, but I get 200 grams of protein every day, then that's all going to building muscle. You know what I mean? And I think when people think I eat like crap, I still get that amount of protein every single day. If I was eating just a pizza every day and I got no protein, then I would not look how I look. I would be I would be fat everywhere. Okay, and I might even be strong, but I would start looking like a mini strong man. You know what I mean? Like not a real one, but like a 220-pound one. You know what I'm saying? Like I would look fluffy everywhere if I did that. Like the protein is so important. So important. But obviously your body's going to function better if you eat clean. Cleaner than not. So I'm not a proponent. I don't think if you eat your protein and then you eat whatever you want, I do not think I don't think that's the way to health, right? I think CrossFit's definition of health is beautiful. You know, I mean, if you want, I think Taylor goes really hard on it, self. And I don't think he's wrong. But
I think that he is for sure wrong when he went to Italy and said that he did not even touch gelato. Like that's crazy to me.
Oh, you think he's just lying?
No. I think he might be telling the truth. I just think it's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean that's
serious.
And you got to think where Taylor's coming from. Like he used to be hooked on drugs, like a drug addict. You know what I mean? I feel like he just kind of has an obsessive personality, whatever he sets his mind to. And if it's like, no, I'm going to be sober, that means clean on everything. You know what I mean? And like, that's why.
And that's what separates people like Taylor from other people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what separates the elite from, not saying that not saying that just because you're elite means you can't eat gelato or nothing like that. But the mindset is what I'm saying. Like, this is my goal. And to my understanding, just from listening to some of the things, the reason why he did that is because he had NorCal Classic like 2 or 3 weeks later or the next week or something like that. So he was like, why would I risk, throwing my body off when I have the potential to win 25 grand?
Yeah, and
set up my family.
I love that for him, and I'm never gonna tell him he's wrong. But I would hate my life if every single day I had to eat as clean as possible. Like it would just make life miserable. It is too, enjoying food is too important to me. And I'm not disciplined enough to eat as clean as he is for whatever reason. And like, if that's the difference between me making semifinals and not making semifinals, I'm good with it. If it was the difference between me making the games and not making the games, then we're probably reconsidering. Then I'm like, hey, 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? Like 2 or 3 years, and then we can freaking, you know what I mean? I do front squat a lot.
Right, that's a lot of core.
Taylor, what are you talking about? You front squat all the freaking time. Okay, you telling me you don't do that, girl? Just takes time. Just keep hammering at it. Taylor is a JY barbell athlete. But I personally think most of the population can improve their fitness and I probably improve their physique if they just hit that body weight in grams in protein. And then as long as you're not completely trash, like you can
Hmm.
kind of eat what you can eat what you want. And I think most people would be better off than what their normal diets are. I don't think it's the best way at all, but I do think it's the most sustainable way.
Yes, I agree with
And
that
and
100%.
and at least you can start with that and then kind of chip away with being cleaner. But that
Hmm.
protein goal is like I think that should be the number one focus. And then once that's down pat in your diet every single day, like you can do, like it's not something you're trying to do, it's just what you do. Um, then you can chip away at being a little bit cleaner. For instance, like
Yeah.
I don't drink soda. We don't buy soda, and we used to. And like that's like we used to buy Dr. Pepper, and I would have it in my fridge or Coke or whatever, and I don't anymore. And I know that's like such like a ridiculous statement, but you gotta figure out where I'm coming from. I used to drink like 4 Dr. Peppers a
Hmm.
day, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean, and that's something very small that I think a whole bunch of people in the world, period, can like just keep chipping away at things. And I'm not even trying to chip away at like being healthier, like eating
Right.
wise. But that is something that we don't do that we used to do.
Hmm.
It's and it's
Well, you
just
got to know yourself too. Like you got to
right.
know your body. You got to know your mind. Because like you not buying sodas, which we don't either. But in the same way, like you not buying sodas is how I am with the reason why I eat clean so much because of my uh, relationship with food used to be is if I now yeah I have I'm a lot more lenient now than especially like since I started CrossFit than what I used to be. But used to if I whenever I would try to dabble in and out with, oh, I'll eat healthy or I'll eat clean for 2 or 3 days and then I'm gonna go a day or so without it. And next thing I know, I had been 2 or 3 weeks eating nothing but junk. Like it's a bad
Mhm.
cycle for me. Like it messes with me mentally.
Yeah.
And I've just
And
found that
coming where
when
you
I
came
stay
from,
eating clean, right?
like I can
And most of it's
yeah.
mental. Like it's not even like I with my body, and I mean I don't work out like 2 or 3 times a day or anything like that. But working out consistently 5 6 days a week, I could handle a lot more unclean food than what I do now. But I choose not to because mentally it screws me up.
And once you build a habit of it, why do you don't need it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you change? You're doing
Hmm.
great. Like, you don't
Yeah.
need to.
Well, it's that's kind of leading into the I know we've talked about it on here before, but like a part of the faith aspect. If you're trying to change your life and you're trying to live for the Lord, well, why do you need to have one foot back in these places that was leading you away from the Lord? You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
if you're they call it whenever you give your life to the Lord, doing an about face, which is a military term to where I think we talked about this before too, where if you're walking this way, an about face is you stop and turn and now you're walking the opposite direction. So if you're turning and you're walking away from the world and you're trying to walk with Christ, then why are you stopping and turning and going in these places that used to screw with you? You know what I mean? Like if you struggle, like you mentioned Taylor, like if you excuse me, if Taylor knows that he is an ex addict, chances are he's probably not going to take an oxycontin for a really bad headache or something. You know what I mean? He's
Mhm.
probably
Yeah.
not gonna he's probably not gonna go out drinking because he knows he's got an addictive personality and he knows what he's what he came from and what he's trying not to go back to. Same way with your walk with the Lord. If I know personally, if I know that I can't be that guy who socially drinks anymore, then chances are I'm not going to go hang around a bunch of people who are socially drinking just because I can't handle that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I can handle it, but I don't mean that I physically can't. Like I can do it, but mentally it's like, man, if I'm around that, I'm like, man, it'll just be one, or it'll just be, the enemy, he gets into your head and he starts planting these seeds, just like he did with, with Adam and Eve, the fall of the world. Did God really say, well, it's only one drink? Is that really bad? You start getting these thoughts, and next thing you know, you're an alcoholic again. I just kind of went off
No,
on
no,
a tangent.
100% with no, you're good. 100% with the drinking thing. I think like there's a guy at my gym who he comes in and he will kill it for like 2 months straight and like lose like 30 pounds. He's a bigger guy. He's always been a bigger guy, but he'll lose like 30 pounds. He's just killing it, getting skills he's never had before, like getting a strict pull up for the first time, like snatching 225, and all he did, he just trains with me. He comes in at 8:30, and then whatever I'm doing, that's what he does. And we work out 8:30 to 10, like it's like almost every day, and he will get like one of the fitter guys at our gym. He'll get really good, like, and within those 2 months, works hard, disciplined, never complains, like a great freaking like soldier. You know what I mean? And then he'll go to the deer leagues during hunting for 2 weeks, and he'll come back 20 pounds heavier. And all he did was just sit in a thing and drink with his buddies or whatever, and he'll come back legitimately 20 pounds heavier and just ruin everything. And I'm talking like he's out of shape, and like it only took him 2 weeks, and then like he can't do anything. And then he'll come for one day, he'll get mad about it, and then he won't come back to the gym for like another 2 weeks, or he'll find some like business trip or vacation to like put an excuse on it. And then he's like really out of shape, and then he'll light the world on fire again. And I've never seen, and me and him have had talks. Like I've never seen somebody so disciplined, because typically people like that are flaky, right? They'll find an excuse to not come one day, or the workout's really hard, or oh, my shoulder hurts. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that, right? He doesn't complain. He's like, and there's some times where I'll like test him. I'll be like, hey, I want you to do this under a minute. And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, you're gonna have to send it. He will just go as hard. Like he will do everything that I ask him to do, because he wants to be like he wants to be fitter. He wants to have a better lifestyle, whatever. Right. And he's like the greatest training partner. But then he just goes through these roller coasters. And all it takes is just for like one person to be like, hey, we're going hunting. Do you want to come? Like, do you want to go to the deer leagues with us? Or like, hey, come on, go to the deer leagues with us. And then what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen. And like, and I told him, and I was like, bro, if you go, and it's fine, you're a grown man, you do what you want. Like, I don't tell you what to do. You do whatever I don't care if you don't care. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste mine. You know what's gonna happen. It's good. All you're gonna do is drink all day and not do anything. And he's like, no, I got weights in my truck. Like, we're gonna do some stuff. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're lying to yourself right now. You're lying.
Just leave them at home. Don't even take them. Like, you're not going to use them.
And I was like, yeah, I don't care. Go do it, but don't tell me you want this. Like, if you want this, you won't do that. And and ever since, I mean, it's been like 6 months, and he's killing life. He's doing great. He's doing amazing. He's literally PRing everything.
So he's been on a 6 month, like with you, like he hadn't flaked out.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild, because it's deer season right now.
Yes, I know.
That's pretty crazy.
I know.
That's good. And I also think like things like that. I also think
and then he did come to me one time. He goes, "Hey, I really want to go hunting, but we're only going for the weekend. I'm gonna leave on Friday, and I'm gonna be back here on Monday." And I'm like, "All good, brother. Go get it." And I was like,
that's a good example of
and then
accountability too.
yeah, and like he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna drink." And then I kind of looked at him like, "You sure about that, right?" And then he's like, "No, I'm not going to." I'm like, and I was like, "You gonna be back here on Monday?" He goes, "Yes, I'm gonna be here on Monday." I'm like, "All right, it's you do you, you know," and and he was back on Monday. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yep.
he probably drank. I don't care. Like, I'm not his keeper,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
but he was back on Monday. like
Mm.
so like yeah, what you're saying about like accountability, um, like this, like he just really needed to be looked in, like if in the mirror about like what he wanted in life. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
I was like, man, you work so hard. Like, why do you work so hard? Yeah, he kills himself. I was like, you work so hard for this. Why? If you're just gonna throw it away. Because like he had like three different times. And usually people like that, like just I don't have the discipline, don't to do the 2 months that he would do, like because
Yeah.
he would freaking do it, like kill himself every day, um, and like usually they don't have like the discipline like that, and that's why it like shocked me, you know what I mean? Because I'm used to people that like have this like usually that would go, kind of let themselves go and then come back for a few months. Like they don't want what I'm doing because they don't want to work hard. They don't want to, they want to come and work out and feel good about themselves, act like they feel, did something, right? And
Yeah.
that's great. I'm not saying that's not great, but there's like my one-on-one people, like I tell them straight up, look, hey, we are building monsters. And if you aren't ready for that, I don't want you to sign on because like I will make you the fittest you've ever been. I will make you do things that you never thought you were capable of doing. But I'm going to be mean.
Mhm.
And you're either
Yeah,
going to be
but
able to
you've got to make the decision right now.
right,
Do
you're
you
either going
want
to
that?
be in it or you're not going to be in it.
Mhm.
It's not like I don't come on Monday. Like you need to be here on Monday.
Yeah.
Uh and if you want to come along for the ride, then like you're going to be amazing. You're going to be the best you've ever been. But you've got to want that.
Mhm.
And other things can't be more important, like drinking. That, like you said, that one, like you have to be able to say no to
Yep.
your boys saying, "Hey,
Mhm.
let's all go get drunk for the week and go to the deer leagues." You have to be able to say no to that. And
And once you that's a big thing. Once you because I'm speaking from experience. Once you start saying no to that, you end up eventually you don't have to say no anymore because you
no, it's
stop getting
not
invited.
even a thing. It's not even a thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which makes it
Hey,
easier on you
hey,
because
I don't get invited to the deer leagues
yeah,
because
and you got and
they
you've
know I'm going
also
to say no. Like,
yeah, and you've got to be okay with saying, you know what, if this is the route that I'm going, yeah, I'm probably going to lose some people, but I'm okay with that because
well,
this is
I
what
don't
my
want the
eyes are
people
set on.
that because like if I just accept everybody, then it's going to be babysitting.
Mm,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I'm not going to give you the time of day if you're not going to give me the time of day. Like like that's what class is for. Like then just do
yeah,
class. Like then do class. You know what I mean? Now I'll coach and I'll like try to help you out as much as I can, but like it's not,
it's
you know
not
what
the
I mean?
same.
It's not. Like you either want that or you don't want that. And I mean I like you shouldn't sugarcoat that. But and I was bringing it back, kind of like went on a long tangent there. Um, you have to be able to say no to things if it's more important to you. You can't say something's more important to you than candy or drinking or food or even drugs, like whatever. Like other things, if other things truly are more important to you, then you have to be able to say no at all costs to the thing that's gonna, you know, make you relapse into what you were before that you didn't want to be before. And like if we were friends, like I'm not saying we're not friends, but like if I lived in South Carolina, I wouldn't ask you to go get beat ups with me.
Yeah.
Or if I did, you'd be getting a salad. You know what I mean? Or whatever, whatever you're trying to eat. I'd be like, can you eat there? You know what I mean? People say that to me a lot, and I hate it. Like, can you eat there? Because I'm really picky, right? But like the question wouldn't be like out to a place. I wouldn't ask you to McDonald's.
Yeah.
And
you know what's crazy?
I'd be like, where do you want to go?
What is so insane is that, and I'm speaking because I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum now. But what's so crazy is our society. We look at somebody, or not we, but people look at other people who are quote unquote eating healthy, and they're the oddball out because they're trying to take care of their body. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who are eating the healthier things, it's called a diet. Like that, we're the ones who, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
the people who are trying to better themselves, they get singled out and they get looked at like they're the odd ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Everything's just so backwards.
I don't think it's backwards. I think the world is just lost.
I agree with that. What is the bad food/snack choice that is your biggest problem, temptation? In all seriousness, all of it. I know that sounds crazy, but especially sweets. Like I'm a big sweets guy, which I'm also big, like I love pizza. Pizza and sweets. That's probably my two things. So like I don't typically I don't keep stuff like this else very often. Like actually cereal, like a sweet cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one of my favorite cereals, or the s'mores cereal. And it's one of those things like John doesn't buy soft drinks. If I buy Cinnamon Toast Crunch and it's in the pantry, it's gonna get eaten 100%. Like there's no way around it. It's not gonna not get eaten. Like it'll be gone by the time we go to the grocery store the next time. Just because. So that would be, I guess, my answer: sweets and pizza.
Yeah, Brock eats a lot cleaner than I do, so it's kind of a bad question for me because I wouldn't really consider anything a temptation or a problem. I eat it still.
And
I'm not trying to eat it, but I do have an answer though. Like I would say Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr. Pepper
because we don't buy soda, because if we buy it, I will drink it too much. But like if I go out to B-Dubs or something, I will order Dr. Pepper. But like it kind of keeps it in moderation, I guess, because like, which it's a cop out. But again, I'm not trying to be super healthy or have the cleanest thing. I'm not. What I'm doing is working for me.
And that's what you've got to find. Each person has got to find that. For me, what works best.
I can work out 3 times a day, though. I live at the gym.
That is true. That makes a difference.
Like I don't like Brock. Brock is a better runner than I am, but I guarantee I probably still do more cardio than he does. I'm sure he's just better. but I live at the gym. Not everybody else can, right? It's a blessing. It's a blessing. But I would say Dr. Pepper is the only thing that we kind of go out of our way to not buy. We don't even go down the aisle. I don't even want to look at it. Because if there's a 12-pack in here, about 3 days, that 12-pack's gone. Yeah. So that would be mine.
Well, and see, I think we hit on it a little bit a few minutes ago, but I also think, like, yeah, you don't eat the best, you don't eat the cleanest, but I also feel like if you started noticing that your fitness level was decreasing and you were starting to get pudgier, you were starting to lose some gains or whatever because of the person you are, you would say, okay, hang on, let's reevaluate this for a minute. Maybe I need to change some things. You know what I'm saying? And you would.
Yeah, and it's very important to have a person that could tell you. Like, we're lucky to be married enough to hopefully, honest people. But like, Leslie's straight up no mercy, and I don't want her to make me feel good about this. I'm like, hey, because I don't know if you know this, but I'm full grid league athlete mode right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I'm trying to be strong, which means I'm not trying to be skinny. But I got on the scale the other day and I was 204. That's the heaviest I've been basically ever. And not at like a sustainable, this is what I weigh every morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll get much past this, but I told her, like, I was looking at myself in the mirror because I was like, oh gosh, I'm getting bigger. and I told her, I was like, hey, I'm serious. I want to keep what I look like. So like, if it ever looks a little bit like less defined, tell me. Okay. Not from a vanity point, but like, I just don't want to be fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So hopefully that weight is from muscle. Like, I'm getting stronger. So like, hopefully that weight is from muscle.
Yeah.
But she is the best accountability person ever when it comes to tearing me down. If I need to be humbled in any way, she is great. And I think it's important for everybody to have somebody like that.
Mm-hmm. Gaining weight to bench 405. That's impressive. 405. That's a heavy bench. Can you bench that?
No, I can't. I think he's benched a lot more than that.
Gosh. Most I've ever benched was 3.
I think he's done like 405 for like 5 before.
Good grief.
He's a big guy. You've not ever seen him. He's a lot bigger than I am. Like,
now, do they live? Where do they live?
They live in close to me. They live in Pearland. Do you know where that's at? It's a Houston suburb. So, they live about like 45 minutes away.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they're South Houston. We're west.
So what part of Texas are you? Are you in Houston? Like, is
no,
it?
No. We're like 20 minutes out of Houston, west.
Gotcha. Let's see. Yeah, I like some carbs too, Kenneth. I think it's also equally bad. Like, since we're kind of on the food topic, I think it's personally, I think it's equally bad to people who restrict themselves so much that you're not eating enough. Like you were talking about protein, and I think most people, I would venture to say that most people would lose weight if your goal is to be healthier, lose weight. I could almost guarantee you that you're probably not eating enough food, and you're eating as far as calories go, you're eating less calories than what you can eat.
When you say most people, are you referencing people who want to lose weight that are in the CrossFit community and not necessarily Walmart people?
Well, I'm saying,
because when you say I agree with you, I agree with you. Most people aren't eating enough.
Mhm.
But if you go to Walmart, and we're talking about Walmart people, nothing against them. I'm a big Walmart guy, but just your
Mhm.
average Walmart person. I would say most of those people are eating too much.
Well, like I guess
You see what I'm
what
saying?
yeah, absolutely. I guess what I'm trying to say is like the people who have said, okay, I'm gonna try to live a healthier lifestyle. They've kind of already taken that first step. Like I'm gonna start exercising and I'm gonna start. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
take this step
yeah, yeah.
to make a
Especially as far
change.
as that, especially women. I think women
Yes.
are way more not eating enough than men are
Mm.
as far with that problem.
Yeah,
I think
I agree
women
with that.
straight up just don't eat. They're like, I want to be skinnier. I'm just not going to eat food anymore. Or they feel bad about eating. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
No, I agree. I do think though, if you get your body weight grams in protein, like you'll get enough food
Yeah,
because that's hard
because
to
it's
do.
hard. It's hard to eat your body weight in
Well, it would be
protein.
hard if without these guys, I
Yeah,
couldn't do it. I could not do it without those guys. But and
yeah. Like I
when I
have
when
two
I when I
protein shakes
say
a day.
when I say body weight, I mean like if you're trying to gain muscle, like you know what I mean. Like it's not just lose weight, like
Mhm.
but like you're trying to lose fat and gain muscle, which I think everybody should be doing, right? Like if you want a better body,
If you
you
want a
know,
better life,
I
you
think
know.
that's the best way to do it. Obviously, you can
It's
lose
in,
weight faster by starving yourself, but I'm not a proponent of that.
no, and like I always think about like you mentioned
Leslie used to have that problem.
do what?
I said Leslie used to have that problem. When she was in college, just before I knew her, when she was like a freshman in college. So I was like still in high school. She for some reason like she had an eating disorder in college, and she really really wanted to be less than 100 pounds, like that 3-digit number. And if people who haven't met my wife, she's got a very small frame. She's a little bitty girl
Mhm.
frame. um and she wanted to be under 100 pounds, and then like if she got over 100 pounds, she like felt bad about herself. And it took like it kind of sticks. It took a lot for her to get over. And if she's ever like in her feelings or something, like she just like doesn't eat, and like I get to make sure that she eats, like if she's like in a really upset or in any type of way, you know what I mean?
So
Um,
like she'll if she's upset or stressed, like she does the opposite of stress eating.
yeah, 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 she does. And I mean, I think I don't know if it's common in women, but like I think a lot of women deal with that too. The opposite. And then like they can't really talk about it because everybody's like, "Oh, it sucks. You're so skinny. That must be so hard for you." Like you get
Mhm.
like the reverse hate. Um, but she's gotten over that since then. Like she's never had anything like that with me. Um, she I will feed her Oreos until she dies. Uh,
I love an
Although,
Oreo.
dude, I got the so she likes the golden Oreos, and I like regular Oreos. So and I don't eat Oreos very often. So like when I would one like that package will last like a month. But I got the family size golden Oreos because I was like, because you're the family. This is for the family, right? I was trying to be
Mhm.
all cute about it. And she ate that golden size family Oreos in 2 days, every one of them.
Holy cow!
Like I saw her eating my Oreos, and I got them because they were mine, and she got the golden ones. And I thought I was like, we're good to go. We're good to go, right? And I saw her eating my Oreos, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, what do you got over there? Are those my Oreos? And
She
then
said mine are gone.
and then I got the ruler out. I'm just kidding. And then she gave me like the big eyes, and I was like, "Where are your Oreos?" And then she said, "I don't know." And I was like, "Did you eat an entire family's pack of Oreos already?" And she said, "Abby really likes them." All right, girl.
Whatever you say.
I'm gonna get the party
Yeah.
size next time.
Yeah, we're a double stuffed family. I love a double stuffed Oreo. I'll put whenever I eat them, I'll put 3 or 4 in a cup and pour some milk over top of it and let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes. Let it get good and soggy. Gosh almighty. Oh, it's delicious. Dude. It's so good. It is so good. I just think, dude, I think everybody's just soft. If you want to accomplish something, you gotta want it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta actually saying, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that." That ain't good enough. You know what I mean? It's the same way with being a Christian. Like, don't tell me that you're a Christian. I was reading in James. I believe it was James 2, where it um, talks about faith without works is useless. You know, don't tell me your faith. Show me your faith by your actions. You know, I know we've talked about that numerous times about making sure that our actions back up what we say. But people aren't always gonna remember what you say, but they're gonna remember how you act. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like if somebody treats you the wrong way, like yeah, that does involve words, but if somebody treats you the wrong way, you're gonna remember how they treated you versus them telling you good morning or them cussing at you or you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna remember the way they acted towards you.
Mhm.
Or the silly example, you can work with somebody for 5 years and you're not gonna remember the good things that they did over that one or two times that they cussed you out or that y'all got in an argument and you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I think it's so important that our actions and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse because I say it all the time, but like that's my big thing is like, dude, the Christians in today's society, like we got to start acting like Christians, you know. And I say we because we're collectively the body of Christ. Not pulling anybody in that shouldn't be in, but
Sure.
as a
Sure.
whole, we are the body of Christ, and we've got to come together and start living like we're the body of Christ. That's big for me. Well, I mean, it should be for anybody. I'm not saying that it's bigger for me. I mean, we've all got the same calling. You know, go and make disciples. Have the same attitude that Christ Jesus had. You know, we've all got the book that gives us the instructions.
Mhm.
But just because you read the instructions don't mean that you don't have to follow them. You know, you should as a Christian you should want to. But and I think it all goes down to it all you can sum it all up with I think it's a heart issue on multiple different levels. But if we're as a believer, if I'm in tune with the Lord, if I'm and this convicts me, just sitting here talking about it. Like if I'm doing what I need to do, if I'm praying, if I'm staying in contact with God, if I'm reading His Word like I should be, most of the time the other things are going to kind of fall into place. You know what I mean? But it's
Mhm.
when you take a step back or when you say, I'm gonna I don't have time today, or you start putting other things in front of it, then that's when things start slipping. That's when, oh well, I'll listen to this other music today, or I'll whatever, I'll watch this. Well, then next thing you know, you're spiraling down a hole that you should have never even went down. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I know I'm just rambling at this point, but
A little bit.
that's a bad habit of mine.
Did you see, by chance, the Sebon and Greg Glassman thing?
Mm-mm. Recent?
Mm-hmm.
No, I hadn't watched the recent. Like, I hadn't watched the last couple. I don't think.
I saw.
Or listen to it.
No. It's not. It's like a 3-minute clip. It's not like a.
Oh no, no, I haven't seen it.
So, do you know who Craig Ritchie is?
Yeah, dude from like London or whatever,
Mhm.
wherever, England, something like that.
Yeah. So
No,
Craig.
but I saw a bunch of people posting about it
Oh, okay.
right before we got on the show, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like I saw, it was a few hours ago. Savon did like a live show where it was the whole thing was talking about him. Like I saw it as the title, and I added it to my watch later. But
I have not seen what you were just saying, but the reason for
But
it.
no, I don't know anything about it.
So I think people. Okay, so like Greg is pretty crude in how he talks. He always has been. I don't know Greg, by the way, so like don't let me like put words in his mouth. But
Greg Glassman.
Yes, yeah. And like he can rub people off the wrong way because like he'll just say F you if he disagrees with you. He doesn't talk like Taylor, but like it rolls off the way it does with Taylor. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about Lazar, and Greg was kind of like saying like, what do these people want? Like that keep on bringing up that Lazar died and that we're not doing CrossFit because of it, and don't do the open because of the way headquarters is and all this, right? And like people who are trying to, like, I don't know, kill CrossFit, right? And like they were talking about that, and Greg was kind of trying to be satirical, and he was like, yeah, I mean, if that happened when I was doing the CrossFit Games, I would have just canceled the games for 5 years in his honor. He's joking, but like if he said like immediately the games is canceled for 5 years, do you know what the other athletes would do if I did that? Like they would, and then this part, I mean, a lot of people, it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. They would be like, no, F that guy. He drowned. Who cares? It happens. They would.
I can see how that got blown away.
Yeah. He's like, the other athletes would say that, but like what he's saying is like immediately, because like there's these people who just won't like stop until I guess CrossFit dies, because of this. And like he's saying, if that's what they would have, like that's what y'all want to do, that's what I would have went way harder in the other direction. None of y'all would want it. Like you're just trying to be mad for the sake of being mad. And
keyboard warriors, dude.
Well, and then Craig Ritchie made a video about it, and Craig Ritchie's got a big following, but
yeah, he does.
It's and I mean, I'm not saying that Craig is wrong, but like I feel like it's everybody's opinion. Like he represents everybody's opinion that is like trying to kill CrossFit or trying to like make the games no more because of this.
Which, and dude, that's not gonna accomplish anything whatsoever. And I know this may sound hard, doing this in a harsh way, but nothing they do is gonna bring him back. Like he's
nothing.
Gone.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
Like, but that's what that's what Greg is freaking saying. Like he's saying it in his way.
Yeah.
But that's what he's saying. Like, I was like, guys, you're ridiculous what you're being like right now.
Did people stop flying on planes because 9/11 happened?
I think they thought twice about it.
Which, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, that's a very extreme.
I bet people in America drove around for a little bit. I'm just saying. Just saying.
You know what I'm saying? That might have been a bad example
or a 2-hour flight. I might just road trip it up. It's all.
Well, I mean, I make
give me a
that
couple
or
years
that
and I might get back on a plane. But if I got a trip in December after 9/11, I'm probably driving. I'm just.
Well, yeah, you got a point because we are 20-something years past that. That was I got to get better with my examples. That was not a good example. It's like off the cuff. It's in my head. I'm like, oh, that's good, and I say it.
Go make your point. I'm sorry. I'm being a dick right now.
Got roasted.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I deserved that one for sure. But no, like it's not gonna. That's not gonna cause anything. It's like I probably shouldn't bring this up, but it's like the whole George Floyd incident. The freaking people in Minneapolis were literally burning their city down. The freak is that gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like that's ignorant. That's ridiculous. It's the same. That's a better example, I think. But that's
a great example.
That's not using. I mean, that's doesn't make any sense. That I don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind it. And I think it's just that people they want to be loud and they want to go with. Most of the time, people aren't doing their own research, which that's a bad example too, because in this case, there's really not a whole lot of research to do on your own. But it's like people, I like Craig Ritchie. I'm whatever he says, that's what I'm going with.
Well, no, and if you look at the comments, like they're taking it as gospel. Like if you look at the Craig Ritchie video, it's like 3 minutes long, but it's just everybody just being like, these are horrible, horrible people. Nobody should ever watch the Chevron podcast. Nobody should ever associate with them. It's very, I guess I'm getting deja vu because it's very like the grid leak when that happened with me and the muscle and the strong women thing. Like you take one clip, you don't think anything about what is he actually trying to say, and then you are making an opinion that you already had, and then trying to cancel somebody else.
Well, here's my thing with that. Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Back in the day, if you didn't like something, you just didn't watch it.
It's common sense.
You don't need.
That's what I was about to say. Everybody knows. Everybody knows how Savon is.
Yeah, if you got a problem with it, cup of tea.
Don't watch it. If he was on this show right now, he would say, "I don't care if you watch my show or not."
Right.
It's not 100%. The point.
I got. Let me tell you something. Like okay, it's like I don't know if they still do it, but like when kettlebells and cocktails was a thing. It was John Woolley and Danny Spiegel and Nikki Brazier. If I say your name wrong, I'm sorry. Like I don't think there was a more boring thing on YouTube than that show. Like I think it was the most boring thing about just the wokest of people with with opinions I could not disagree with more. And I'm not hardcore like conservative guy. I'm not Savon. I'm not, like a lot of that stuff. I just don't care. You know what I mean? Like I'm not hardcore. Like, if you're all about the vaccine, I'm not going to call you retarded. You know what I mean? Like it's, you know what I mean? Like I don't care. Like, everybody just do your own thing. It's whatever. Right. But I every opinion they have, I have the opposite opinion. Like it's just, I think everything they say is dumb. Everything. I watched one episode because the locker room was talking about it and was like, I'm good. I don't care. It's everything I don't like. I'm not gonna watch it. And I never watched it one more time. I never watched anything on YouTube with any of the three of those people. Same with Talking Elite Fitness. I just found it boring. Now, what good would it do, or what is it if I just wrote hate comments on YouTube on their channel? Like, man, this sucks. Like this, whatever, all this stuff y'all are trying to do, this sucks. Like, what does that do? Or if I take a clip out of context that they say and be like, look how stupid they are. Like, now I'm the dick, I feel like. If I do that, I'm the dick. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I don't get it at all. Just if you don't like it, don't watch it.
I agree 100%.
You know, if I don't know. It's just do you watch
It
The
makes no
View
sense.
and then talk about The View?
No.
Huh? Do you watch it just to be hateful? Man, I just want to hate it, so I'm gonna watch it. Like live a happier life. You know what I mean? Stop being so miserable. Just watch stuff that you like and be happy. I don't know why that's so hard.
That's one reason why I kind of quit watching the news. Like, not trying to get political or anything, but the more you watch the news, the more it
The
would
news
make
is
me
all
mad.
negative. It's all negative.
You know what I'm saying? So I just
Yeah.
stopped watching it.
Yeah. If it
I
bleeds,
don't know,
it
dude. Like,
leads.
I'm the same way. Like, if you even like with anything, like, if you don't like it, just don't do it. You don't have
Yeah.
to tell people that you're not doing it, or
No,
just don't do
needs,
it.
and then we don't need to know your opinion on the stuff that you're not doing.
No. No, and I think constructive criticism is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey, it could be better if you did this, or blah 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 blah. But just watching, like, do you really not have anything better to do than to watch a show that you don't like just so you can talk trash about it?
And that doesn't mean you can't try something out. I mean, it just wasn't
Right.
for me. I tried it, it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like. That's what I tried to say with the strong women. Like, I was like, other people like it, go them. Y'all go be great. Like, just I'm just not going to be a part of it. That, and then I got crucified for saying that. But you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like people just need to be happier, man. People are miserable. They need Jesus.
Yep.
Craig Richard needs Jesus. You need to reach out to Craig, Brock. He won't answer
reach
me.
out to Craig?
Yeah, he won't answer me. You should invite him on the show.
I mean, I will. I don't know if he has no idea who I am.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It'd be great. I don't know if he knows who I am. I've not.
I'm sure he does, for sure.
I've seen him in media rooms before. We walked by each other, but he never acknowledged me. You know what I mean? Which I was.
I don't think, has he always been in the CrossFit space? I'm pretty sure, because I used to watch a lot of the fitness guys on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure he was into bodybuilding and stuff.
Yeah, no, he did that. He did that, but when he was small. Like he did bodybuilding, but when he was really small. And then he got into CrossFit, and then now he's into weightlifting.
Yeah, he does Olympic lifting now.
Mm-hmm.
He's strong.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I just can't. This is bad. I just can't get down with the shaved sides with the with the long hair on top. I just can't get down with it.
Yeah, you look like a Nazi.
Who, me?
Or not a Nazi. I don't know if I'm allowed to say Nazi, but I'm saying
Aryan Brotherhood.
Yes. You look like yeah. More like that, an Aryan Brotherhood. I think you could go to jail and you'd be fine. People would adopt you.
Dude, if I went to jail,
I think if you went to jail, listen, you got a Southern drawl. All I would do if I was you is I would give a mean mug to the first black guy you saw, and then there would be a team of people that adopted you. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, if I went to jail or prison, let's say I went to prison for a couple years, dude, I would come out and I would have so many tattoos. I would come out, I would be covered.
Dude, have you
I'd be covered from here down.
Have you seen the movie? It's called Shot Caller. You're kind of breaking up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, it's
Shot
on Net.
caller.
Yeah. It's on Netflix. At least last time I saw, it's on Netflix. It's about this guy, businessman, a lot of money, um, always plays by the rules. Blah blah blah. Guy gets in a car crash. Somehow things get pinned on him that he like killed 3 people in a car crash, and he has to go. And it's like his best friend. It's all sad, and then he's got to go to jail for like 5 years. I don't know how that happens, but he has to go to jail for 5 years. And then he this guy tries to start, messing with them, and then he just fights him because he's like, I just don't want to show that I'm weak, right? And then exactly what we're saying happens, like the Aryan Brotherhood, adopt him into their crew, and then I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but basically he ends up doing exactly what you just said. But you should watch it. And then he gets adopted into this culture, and then this culture just took over his life, and he wasn't even a part of it at all. It would be like me or you going to prison, and then we come out like
a freaking bad dude.
No, yeah. Like we have people that can do things. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like inside and outside. We just gotta make the call.
That would be kind of cool.
It's a pretty cool. I think you would enjoy it. You should watch it.
Oh, I know I would, because I was big into I love stuff like that, like Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. That's gonna get that's gonna get clipped. No, I do like Sons of Anarchy. That used to be my show. No, it is not. No, it is not a Christian TV show by no means, by no stretch of the imagination. But that used to be my favorite TV show. God, it's such a good story.
There was a show that Matt Fraser said that he liked. And I watched it, and I really liked it. Maybe Bad Blood, maybe is what it's called.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, let me look it up.
Vikings is another really good one.
Blue Blood, maybe.
Blue Bloods. That's a show. I hadn't seen it, but there's a lot of people that talk about it.
No, that's not Blue Bloods. Oh shoot, what? I watched the whole thing. Can anybody in the comments help me out? Kenneth, you know everything. Can you help me out here, buddy? It's like a mafia show.
Peaky Blinders?
No. It's nothing like that. It's much more Sons of Anarchy than anything that you're saying. Blood show. Is it Bad Blood? Yeah, Bad Blood. Bad Blood. It's called Bad Blood. There's only 2 seasons. Yeah, it's about some guy from Canada, just ends up getting wrapped up in the mafia, but then he works his way up.
I could get down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love documentaries about Frank Lucas and Pablo Escobar and
this is a good idea. We could watch a movie or a show, and then we could just recap it on here.
Well, that's a good idea. I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm. When the new season of The Chosen comes out, we should do that.
I need to get caught up. I'm on season. I think I'm towards midway through season 3. I think I hadn't watched it in a little while. I really enjoy it.
Oh, The Chosen's great, man.
It's really neat. After you've watched some of it, and then you'll catch yourself reading, and you're reading through obviously the Gospels, but you'll be reading
faces to names
yes,
so well.
I'll be reading it, and I'm like,
and you're thinking of Matthew, you're thinking of that guy, which I don't know if that's the greatest of things, but
dude, Matthew, I don't know,
it helps
you can't
you
tell
retain
me
information a lot better.
Yeah, I don't feel like he was. I have no clue, but I feel like he was a little bit more normal than the Matthew in The Chosen. You know what I mean?
I like to think that he's got a little bit of tism.
You think so?
Like
Of course, I
the
guess
Matthew and the
tax collector that is
dude,
that
his
good with
backstory, they do it
numbers.
so well. Like that's what it would be.
It's interesting, like how they have them like in those little huts with the. I mean, it's just like it would be at like the tax office here. Like you stand in a line, you walk up to the little window or whatever, and they would have the guard right beside them.
Mhm.
It is a really good show.
Anyway, you should watch that movie, and then we can tell me what you think about it.
Shot caller.
Yeah,
Savon and Hiller have their own Binge Bros review channel now. Maybe you guys should do your own version. Is that what you were talking about?
you need to give me access, Brock, because I'm
Yeah,
quicker
I
with the
do.
comments than you
Yeah,
are.
I'm gonna do that as soon as we get off.
All right, you want to call it?
Yep. All right. Go comment any topics that you want us to talk
Yeah,
about
comment any
next
topics.
time.
We didn't really talk about anything. This was just us
Mm,
rambling for 75
yeah.
minutes.
Also, I don't think I'll have to check. I don't think I'll be able to do it next week. So we may, with Christmas, we may either find another night or I'm not sure that I can do Thursday next week. But I'll let y'all know on Instagram.
Yeah, Leslie's mom is
Um,
coming into town too, so like it's probably
so we'll just go ahead and plan
we'll just
on
call it 2
2
weeks
weeks
from
from
now.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
we'll do a movie
yeah,
review
y'all.
of Shot Caller. I'll make sure and rewatch it. And
Yep, and y'all comment any biblical topics y'all want to talk about. And yeah, we'll do it again in 2 weeks. Appreciate you guys.